Why, hello again. It's me. Yes, it is. I'm going to have some fun doing a Inkstitch, playing around with parameters, something my wife calls a sketch stitch. Don't know if that's what it's called or if that's just what she calls it, but you'll figure out what I mean in a minute. I'm just going to freehand a couple of things. I'm on a 5x7 design. It's supposed to look like a flower pot. So watch as I show you just how much I can't draw. I'm going to make sure we got kind of a brown color. And there's the bottom of our flower pot. Can you see that? It's the bottom of our flower pot. Bear with me. Okay, I'm going to do a object path. I want some, make sure it's on a path. I want that one. Edit path by node. I'm going to grab the bottom two. I'm going to add one in the middle. Grab the one in the middle so it ungrabs those two on the side. I'll pull that down just a hair and I'm going to round it off. Sweet. I'm going to actually turn my snapping on for a change. I don't usually do that. If you know a whole lot about this channel and the way I don't like snapping most of the time, but in this case I want it. So we're going to make another one. We're going to make it just slightly wider, and that's fine. I kind of want it to do that. We're going to duplicate that, bump it up, expand it out a little bit, and expand it out about as much as the other one is expanded from that one. Turn snap off. That's not what I meant to do. Hold control. Control will make sure that you only go sideways or up or down. Push control. Okay. We might do the top there. I don't know. So what I want to do is, first thing we should do, just to make sure, I'm going to go ahead and do a troubleshoot. If you know me, I do a lot of troubleshoots. Because if you do it as you're building, you know what goes wrong. You know what went wrong to make it fail the troubleshoot since the last time it passed the troubleshoot. Instead of waiting until the end and then you don't know what you've done. Okay. Now let's have some fun with parameters. Extensions, Inkstitch, parameters. Watch this. So as you can see, the one block that we selected has 2,425 stitches at a default spacing between rows of 1/4 millimeter. We're going to play around with that. Do what my wife calls a sketch stitch. Instead of a 1/4 millimeter between rows, we're going to go almost 1 millimeter between rows. 0.8. Let's see what else we can do. I want to change the angle of the stitch, and I want to make it about 65. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, we'll go with that. Underpath, uncheck underpath, go to autofill underlay, and turn off autofill underlay. So that's what we have. We went from 2,000, what did I say, 2,400, I think I said, down to 706. Quite the change. So remember that 65 degrees. Apply and quit. And we're going to select the next one. Extensions, Inkstitch, parameters. Sort of kind of going to do the same thing, except on degree of angle. I want a 90-degree angle. We're going to go back to the 0.8 millimeter, turn off underpath, and turn off underlay. So now we have a straight up and down stitch. Sweet. Apply and quit. Next one up, Inkstitch, params. Kind of the same thing. I'm going to do a 0.8 millimeter spacing. We did a 65 on the last one. 65 from 90 is difference of 30. So 90 plus 30 is going to be 120. Did I do that right? I don't know if I did that right or not. Turn off underpath. Turn off underlay. Apply and quit. So let's see what they look like together. Visualize simulator realistic preview. Yeah, that's what I wanted. That's cool. And check this realistic if you want to see what sort of what it's going to look like with stitching. So that's pretty good. I think that's what I'm after. Okay. Now I want to grab all three of these. I'm going to duplicate all three of those. I'm going to do a path union. So now they're all one piece. Going to unfill, and then I'm going to push shift and the same color so that it has an outline. Go to fill and stroke. Okay. Solid outline, 1 millimeter block. I need that to be black so I can see what we're doing. I may want it to be black anyway. Let's go with a 2 width. Because we're going to do a satin stitch around it. Yeah. Okay, push shift. A slightly different color. Maybe. Maybe that. Okay. Go back to objects. That one. Go to extensions, Inkstitch, satin tools, convert line to satin. Let's see what that looks like. Zoom. Yeah. I like it. Okay, let's make a new line. Come up. And then I'm going to push my button and curve it. Hit enter. There's what my line looks like. Let's put a... It's not going to let me put a... Okay. Okay, now I can put a... Nope. Now? Nope. Why can I not? Control A to select all. There we go. Okay, just select the one. Drag it over. Straighten it out. Straighten that out. Go back over. Telling you, some awesome drawing skills. Outstanding. Okay. I want that to be grain. So I'm going to do for stroke, I'm going to do a shift click on a color. That color right there. Let's go to fill and stroke. We want it to be, I think we want it to be about a 1. And we're going to have this be a satin stitch. Extensions, Inkstitch. Satin tools, convert line to satin. Nice. Make sure we have it all. Yes. Hit Control D to duplicate and flip and move. Yes. What's it look like from a distance? Okay, that's not too bad. Let's do a pretty star. I don't know how to make flowers, so we'll settle for stars. Let's see. What's that give me? Let's see what we can do with that. We'll change it to... I don't want to fill, but we'll change it how about a light blue? Man, that looks good. Let's see what we can do with that. Yeah. Spoke ratio. Rounded. Oh, wow. Turned it right into a virus, didn't we? Ooh, don't say that word. Can tell I've never messed with these too much. That's kind of neat. Okay, whatever. Hit that twice. Spin that around. That's not what I wanted. Okay. That was a whole lot of hoopla on my part, wasn't it? Okay, duplicate. I'll show you what I'm going to do in this case. We're actually going to make it a little smaller. Do a no fill. And then do a darker blue outline. Go a little smaller still. Yeah, like that. So that's the outside, and it's, yeah. And I need to re-examine that one, because we're going to go back into params and do another sketch stitch type stitch. Spacing between rows is going to be 0.8. And this also cuts down a lot on thread counts, as you can tell. And I'm okay with it being a sideways stitch. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I did mean to do that. Turn off. Oh, it's already off. Okay. Yeah. Let's see what that does. Apply and quit. I'm going to duplicate, drag it over here. And I'm going to take that, duplicate it also, and drag it over here. That one. We're going to go in there and we're going to turn that into a satin stitch. And that one also, we're going to turn into a satin stitch. And just to make sure, I want to make sure that the parameters came over with that. Should have. Yeah, it did. Okay. Let's make a leaf or two. Make a leaf or two. Gonna make a box. This box is going to be green, about the same color as the stem. And make a box. No stroke. Thank you. Path, object path. And spin just a little. Go into that node editor. Bring it up. Bring it up. Kind of making what looks like a kite. Really does. Highlight both of those and make them round. Scoot that in a little bit. Might be too big. We'll look at it later. I need it to be offset a little bit, don't I? So it looks more like a leaf. Yeah, and then do that. Do that. Duplicate. Bring it over here. Flip it about. And put it there. And you guessed it, we're going to do some parameters. Do we want it to be horizontal or do we want it to go with? I think I'm good with that. So, through the theoretical sketch stitch, uncheck underpath, uncheck underlay. Yeah. Same thing over here. Extensions, Inkstitch, params. Yep. 8. Uncheck. Uncheck. Apply and quit. That's kind of what I wanted it to look like, actually. Let's see what it looks like in a visualize. Fine with parameters. I need to put those colors together, don't I? I'll do that in a minute. And let's check the realistic. Neat. All right, I'm going to stitch this out. Well, I'll show you putting them colors together. When I put colors together, all I do is, come on, give me the color, thank you. Go edit, select the color, select same, fill color, and then just group. And yeah, I understand. Yeah, I need to drop that down. It's fine. And I need to do the same thing. I need to do the same thing with that. So we'll edit, select same color, group. Should be it. Except for those two, and that's fine. Yeah, I need to do that too, don't I? Edit, select same, stroke color, and group. Okay, we do a visual simulator. It should, colors should be grouped together now. Yeah, I thought about the light blue and oh, the green. What is the green? Okay, I get it. We need to move that up. Need to move that up now. Okay. Green, green, green. Okay, now we're good. I'm going to stitch this out and I'm going to take a picture of it so you can actually see it stitched. Just like Bob Ross would say, just happy little plant. Don't forget the shadows for nature's little critters. Be right back. Ooh, those time warps can be rough sometimes. I know, I couldn't help it. This is the finished stitched product. I did a couple of different colors than I had originally planned, but overall I'm actually pretty happy. You can tell that this one's leaning right, this one's leaning left, this one's straight up, these are straight across. I love it. Play around with the parameters. I actually probably could have got away with setting them even further apart than 0.8, maybe a full 1 millimeter apart even. Yeah, but just play around with it. Zoom in a little bit here. You can see that stitch across, stitching across, and stitching in the to the left, straight up and down, and then to the right. So I'm happy with it. Thanks for watching and happy stitching, y'all.